Hey everybody, we're getting a Phasma spin-off. Just kidding, we're not. Hello and welcome back to Madtalk TV. My name is Ben from the Fanatics of Film, and I am here to talk to you today. If you had a choice, what would you choose, what you would want to see in a Star Wars spin-off? Of course, you know, I really wanted to see the Kenobi film, but I knew that they probably were going to mess it up. That was something that was probably going to happen, that they would just probably screw up. If it was anything like the same concept as they did with Han Solo, I mean, come on, they got with Kenobi, they've got to do it gritty. So apparently they touched ground in Tatooine, so that's a shame that's probably never going to see the light of day, unfortunately. Well, you know, it is one of those things where you wonder. It makes you wonder. I would love to see. I mean, I want to see an Obi-Wan TV series. That's what I want. That's like if I could choose anything. And once again, this is just my wish. Like, Ewan McGregor would do it too. He would totally do it. Like, if you gave him just two seasons, just two. It doesn't have to be this like epic long thing. 2 seasons, 6 episodes each. An hour each,
and they're just all sweet,
and they're just like really cool. Like release it on not Netflix, but whatever. Just
Disney streaming service is gonna
have it be really dark and gritty and cool, and
Obi-Wan
just have it
would never be dark. Explain to me, what do you love about Obi-Wan Kenobi?
What?
Explain to me, please.
So, his angelic voice when he says. We're
starting with his angelic voice.
When the angelic voice of Alec Guiness saying, explaining to us what a freaking lightsaber is, explaining to us that it's the weapon of a Jedi Knight, explaining to us that a millennia since the Jedi have passed. Talking about the Clone Wars, and I actually
about Vader, like just him talking about Vader and him like. Talking to Yoda.
Being friends, he's saying Anakin Skywalker was a good friend.
Yeah. Dude, right? It's not even Ian Obi-Wan, which makes it even better, but you're right. Even Obi-Wan from, like...
A New Hope.
Yeah.
He was nominated for an Academy Award for that. The only actor nominated for an Academy Award for Star Wars.
That's
ever.
Wild. And then he shows up in... Return of the Jedi, and I don't know. He's an important character.
Ewan McGregor's part in the prequels was the best part of the prequels. Yeah. Period. Hands down. Period. It was the best part of the entire everything he did, every scene that Obi-Wan was in, he elevated that scene. And I think, and I did, like I said, I've talked about this before, but there was a poll that was done when. Right when The Force Awakens was put out, they were like trying to, because everybody was all hyped, and they were like, it was actually right when The Force Awakens was announced. It was like they were saying J.J. Abrams is directing The Force Awakens, and they did a poll, and Obi-Wan was the most popular character next to Luke.
So, but he, to me at least, is the most vanilla Jedi.
Okay.
Like he, in my opinion,
sure.
He embodies the Jedi. Okay? He is the Jedi.
Sure.
But the Jedi fucking suck. They totally went astray, right? Like, they, in fact, like, well, they're all, like, morally upright. In my opinion, there's a really actually good parallel to Jedi-ism and Mormonism, in my opinion. Obi-Wan is a lot like your cookie-cutter Peter Priesthood vanilla Mormon boy. Okay, he follows all the rules. He's always the moral upright guy. He's like got the sorsu. Wait, his sword style is sorsu, which is the most conservative of the Jedi lightsaber styles by far. He's just like your cookie cutter, straight line, doesn't break the rules Jedi. To me, he's boring. That's all.
So 2 points. 1, he did not obey the council when he took Anakin as his Padawan. And number 2, in the Clone Wars, he had a romantic relationship with the Mandalorian governor.
What? I don't know about this.
So
that
2 points.
What happened there?
2 points right off, where Obi-Wan was not. But I'll agree with you in the fact that...
He didn't disobey the council. He asked for permission, though, right?
No, because they said no.
He
they were
straight
like,
disobeyed him?
Yeah, man, he went right up against
the
him.
one time in his life he broke a rule, then.
And the relationship with the Mandalorian Duchess?
Okay. Well, I don't know anything about this.
Okay, so
Clone Wars.
that's Clone Wars stuff,
Clone Wars.
and it's all canon, that's all real, and that really happened.
Okay.
And
but I do have to say, you're right to the point where it's like, dude, he definitely is like that, like, the cookie, like, he's the Jedi. But what I like about that is he's not the strongest. He's not the most attuned in the Force.
He's the most well-rounded.
He's not even that. He's just the perseverance, dude. It's just like, I will do what I must. Like, he's just, that's why I love Obi-Wan. It's like, we all knew Anakin was stronger, a better pilot. He says it multiple times, but he still goes and fights. He still goes. He does what he has to do.
I mean, if you
That's
look,
why I love
He's an
Obi-Wan.
anchor. He's an anchor in the show. I agree with that. I have no problem with that. I'm just saying, as an anchor, he's just kind of vanilla. That's all. That's all. Dark? You said dark? There's no chance an Obi-Wan series would be dark.
Okay.
Come on. The most racy thing he ever did was take Anakin as a Padawan and go for, what, a week-long fling with some Mandalorian? That's the most racy thing he ever did? It's not gonna be dark.
You need to see the fan film trailers that they did about Obi-Wan. And showing him like being in this desert and having to like be by himself and be completely like ashamed of all the things he did, ashamed of cutting his best friend's legs off, of cutting Anakin's legs off, and having him turn the dark side. At the end of Revenge of the Sith, he says it's my favorite moment of the prequels. He says, "I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you." And he's basically blaming this whole thing on himself. He takes on the burden. He takes on the burden of Anakin's turn. Like Anakin turning to Darth Vader, he takes that burden on.
That's not realistic.
That's heroic.
It wasn't his fault.
But
it's not heroic. That's misguided, and that's just like a Mormon boy. That's exactly what they all do. They blame themselves for everything. It's the same thing. He shouldn't have blamed himself. It wasn't his fault. It was Anakin's fault for being stupid and like going after. But
he was the master, and so it's like if he's the master and Anakin is the apprentice, he has to like if you're a teacher or whatever, you have to kind of. I mean, that's the way the Jedi have been. Like they take some blame for that. You know, if they see their own Padawan, like would you not feel guilty?
Into Dagobah and to seclusion, that's actually a standard, right? Any Jedi Master, like if they make a big mistake, they're actually supposed to go into exile.
Are they?
Yes.
Where's that canon?
Look it up. It's for reals.
Is it canon?
Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool. No, it's cool. Like that's
take the blame all upon themselves. I don't agree with that philosophy.
Okay, so
I don't agree with Jedi in general. I agree side for sure.
Okay, no,
right in the middle.
I'm with you there. Like I'm definitely not.
Mace.
I mean,
I'm all about Mace.
He's too dangerous to be left alive.
We do not grant you the rank of master. See, Mace Windu wasn't down for Anakin either. Like,
it's true. It's true. He had foresight. Literally.
So. But I mean, okay, so like, and I get it. I mean, I get it. You think that
the Jedi are boring?
Well,
no, an Obi-Wan series would be nitty and gritty, and I'll tell you why. Not because of Obi-Wan, but because of Tatooine, because of the environment, because the huts, because it's the hive of scum and villainy. I want to see how Obi-Wan knows this. You know what I mean? He knows this, but when he's showing Luke and the Sand People, and he goes into the canteen and chops off Ponda Bubba's arm, immediately he's not messing around.
I agree with you here. I actually do find a lot of interest in vanilla contrasted against like a bunch of other things to see how he interacts with those people
and going from vanilla and being this really like utmost guy to being like,
well, he's still vanilla. He still upholds all of his moral Jedi code standards, but he's doing so in the face of all these scum and villainy. So it's interesting to see that interaction.
Chops Ponda Bubba's arm off. He's like, "Let me get you a drink. You'll be dead." Like chops him. No blasters. Like you could have just forced him away or something, but he just.
So just real quick side note. So what about when Obi-Wan jumps into the middle of like this pit of villains against Grievous. And he goes, "Oh, hello there." Like what? That. So isn't that a little ballsy?
That's like, definitely ballsy.
Like wouldn't you say that it's like not that's not vanilla?
It's not vanilla.
Oh yeah, he was more aggressive, I guess, in his early years. Yeah, it's true. The Clone Wars I actually didn't watch, so I don't know a lot about that.
Well, I'm just talking about like that's once again that's a film. That's
Right,
that's
him
Revenge of
jumping
the Sith. Just
it's
have
hard
it.
to agree. I mean,
he was
Ewan
ballsy as
McGregor
hell.
is an excellent actor.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he just
Yeah.
pulled that off so well.
Yeah.
A lot of his scenes are really good.
Yeah.
Humorous. Yes.
Oh, I'll tell you what I would like this TV show. Star Killer.
Yeah, I agree.
I would
Yes.
too.
That would be so awesome.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's wishful thinking. Like
I know.
I think Sam
I know.
Witwer, the guy who played Starkiller, he'll be in the next animated series, which apparently is about the Resistance.
I heard about that.
I mean,
yeah.
apparently that's about the birth of the Resistance, and that it'll be like animated version. Honestly,
It's
I
gonna
don't
be the
give a
continuation
crap
of
about
Simpsons.
that.